Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. My name is Kenny. You stick around, folks. It's just a little before sunrise here, and it's nice and warm. It's about 65 degrees. It's going to be sunny, but I don't know for how long. But we're going to do some serious weed whacking. Some would call it weed whacking, some would call it weed eating, some would just simply call it cutting down tall grass or whatever. But you hang around and we're going to do it, okay? As you can see, folks, this is really tall grass and weeds. And you can see the sunrise. It's about a quarter after 8 here. And this is a very large area of weeds and grass. You can see some clover here. This is something that we've got to cut down. We have just got to cut it down. It's not been touched this year. So you can see the massive size weeds and the huge area here that we're going to tackle. We're going to cut this down. This is such a beautiful sunrise this morning, as you can see. I like to get up early, and that way I can get the job done before the heat really makes us quit. So we're going to get started at this. I want to show you something, folks, here on the ground. If you can see these, some of these are larger than others, but they are wild strawberries. They grow in certain parts of the country, and they are super sweet. They are wild. They don't get near as big as the regular strawberry does, but they are delicious. I thought I would let you look at those, and there's tons of them in here. I might just go around some of them if I find a good bunch of them, and we'll maybe stop and pick them. It is very, very wet. As you have seen in my previous videos, in this part of the country, we have had tremendous amount of rain. And it is wet this morning, but I'm kind of prepared for it. I've got on thick chaps that helps to control some of the water, as well as some of the rough weeds that I am cutting here. But I want to show you these strawberries again, if I may. I'm beginning to see some more of them. They are very, very juicy and good. And I've not eaten breakfast yet, so I'll help myself to this one. Very good. This is a huge spot to take down, but we're going to try to get as much of it as possible. For a lot of people, allergies, and occasionally it happens to me, when you're cutting fresh grass like this, especially very early, allergies are a big, big problem. But hopefully it won't be too bad. This is looking better. Really, really better. You know, a man's got to do what a man's got to do, folks. If it's really, really wet, most of the times around here it is. So you've got to seize the moment. I mean, grab the opportunity. You got to do what you got to do. If it's wet, it won't hurt you to get wet. I mean, it don't bother me at all. We've just gotta take it and go with it. If it's wet, dry, whichever. Sometimes that's the way it is. I just cut down a huge weed. And if you're in doubt how really tall this stuff is, that thing is almost as tall as I am. And I'm a kind of tall guy. That thing is over 6 feet, as you can see, very long. So these have not been cut down. And this steel really takes care of the weeds. Okay folks, we are coming along fairly good on this. As you can see, we've made some progress. It's beginning to get a little bit warmer now. I used to grow tomatoes here, folks. It's been a few years. We kind of let it grow up, kind of it has grown up. As you can see, this is a tomato cage. And I haven't found a tremendous amount of those wild strawberries, but we have made fairly good progress on this. We've got just a little bit to go here on this particular spot. So we're going to go ahead and try to get this part finished up right quick like. Weed eating, folks, can be very dangerous if you're not careful. You always want to try to wear protective gear. And I'm talking about some chaps that help to protect your feet and legs, because if you don't have those, you could actually do a lot of damage to your feet and legs. And never, ever do you want to try to do this without safety glasses. These are very important to use, and use them because they protect your eyes. With all of this dirt, grass, or whatever weeds, it will absolutely cover your face. You don't want to even attempt to do it without putting on safety glasses. So we are going to try to finish this up. This here is really grown up quite large. You can probably see right here, there is another. I found another wild strawberry, and over here is another. If I had the time, I would probably pick a lot of these and put them on a bowl of cereal. You can see them down on the ground. Oh man, those are awesomely good. You can put those on a bowl of cereal, cold cereal, hot oatmeal, and they really taste great. But we are just about finished here, folks. This has been a real big job for me. I wish I had time to really go over, and a man would need really a bush hog to cut these things down, these big blackberry briars. But right now we are just about through, and I hope that you've enjoyed this session with cutting this tall grass. Now, some of this tall grass, folks, I will put it in the compost bin. I don't want any of these weeds because that's a high risk for unnecessary seed that you don't want in your garden. But I will try to salvage a lot of this tall grass and use it in my compost pile. So we hope you've enjoyed this morning. We appreciate you this morning, and subscribe to our channel if you like this. And have a great day, and we'll talk